Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video the sun is shining. It is Ireland at its finest. Not a cloud to be seen in the sky. I can't remember the last day we had it. It also feels like the first day of summer and the last day of summer, because it is the 6th of September. Talking of the temperature change from this day, which is Friday, to next Friday, is basically going to have, we're going to go from 24 degrees to 12 degrees. So this really does feel like the last day of summer. Anyways, as you can see, we have the Fusion behind us, just after going in to get a bit to eat. I'm after finishing up baling from this morning, so everyone else is at grain at the minute. Liv is turning straw, she's woofling. Father Phil is combining barley for a customer and to move on to our next block. So he's finished where we were cutting the last day. He's moved on to the next man, he's cutting his, and then he's going to move on to our next 20-acre block. Most of our ground is in 20-acre blocks of tillage, and bro is round baling. So what I am doing now, going in, dropping the baler, running back up to where we were cutting in the last video, and then I'm going to put on the big square baler and we're going to try and make a few bales, and hopefully it goes to plan. Let's go drop this, race up and get the big square, and let's go make some wheelbacks. On. Whoop, 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 whoop. What it is like to have cold air blowing at you. Anyways, so you may notice I'm not on the 6499 now, and that is because we're going to do some round baling. So bro hadn't started round baling. Liv is well on a woofling, and we've had a customer who's making small square bales is after arriving, but the rounds are still in the way out there, and there's no sign of Eric. I don't know. He was sent to do something and he's no sign of him, so God only knows. So I will go make a start with this. There's no big panic on me starting, because Liv has a good bit of waffling to do before she starts where I'm going to bale. Whether we waffle it or not, I suppose we'll wait and see. But the main thing is to get the rounds out of the way to make life easier for everyone out in the field. So we're baling away. Door's a bit on the slow side. I like the door that just goes foot. That's what you want. So we're just baling off the headlands. I'm just going to bale away here till Eric gets this far. Give Liv a chance to turn the straw in front of me, and it's all coming on, so I should easily get, there's 11 acres of straw for me to bale the big square baler. I should easily get that done, you know, in 2 hours or that, so I have lots of time yet. John Deere baler, I know you don't really get to see it that terrible much. I suppose I'm always on the Fusion. When we do use this, bro is generally the one who uses it. It's a lovely sweet baler. It's a really sweet baler. It's a wide pickup 578 premium, so it's really well suited to straw or 30-foot rows. This would have been our baler with two John Deere 578s before we bought the Fusion, but this wouldn't have baled silage in quite some time, because we just avoid using the wrapper really. You bale quicker in straw or hay with the John Deere than you would the Fusion, because you can really push her on. The Fusion is kind of bet with the pickup reel speed is quite slow in comparison to the John Deere. The John Deere's pickup speed is way quicker, so you can really horse it along when you're not on the ruts of the ends of the roads. Ugh. I probably count on one hand the amount of days we had this year where it was uncomfortably warm to be operating a tractor, and today is one of them. But it's not too bad, but it's just so nice to just get such a good day. What we're baling at the minute, they didn't grow terribly well, that's why we're going so far. When we get into the ups and downs, there should be a better representation of how good the straw is. This headland just didn't grow that terribly well. So bro's after arriving, so I'm just baling my way back down to him, swap with him. One thing with the John Deere, so when it beeps it starts letting in the net, and there's a delay between when the net stops turning and you get to let the bale out. You know, you're talking a couple of seconds. So I was always told, don't watch the screen, watch the baler. That door is just a bit slow for me now. I had luck, and can't change the valves on it to increase the speed, so anyways. But yeah, to gain a couple of seconds on that. The other thing about when you're baling hay or straw, if it's damp, the bales will stick in the baler. They will not come out. You'll end up with them just sitting in the baler. So that's always one thing I'll be watching when I'm at it. We're in a real heavy swart of straw now. I go set up the big square baler and ready to rock. With the baler on, just have to do on me wiring, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to plug in. Liv has just finished other field, Rose baling away. There are square bale, smike and small squares there as well. So the man who's doing it is doing it for himself and for another man that's buying straw. Liv has just started out there now where I'm going to start. Only concern I have now for when we get going is that I have a wee issue with my knockers. Now, we didn't get to make enough hay to be able to say what my issue was. But it just wasn't nothing. One of the knockers, second one, if you're on the right, second one in, wasn't nothing. I'm a little bit concerned that that could give me trouble. But like this, if the next clip is in the cab, we're sound. If the next clip is on the baler, then we are in bother. I'm gonna finish wiring this up and get started. And we are sucking diesel. And I fixed it. It wasn't working and I fixed it. Let's try and move the camera a bit. But the first 3 bales I made, it was actually the outside, the very right hand knocker wasn't tying. And I was like, to hell with this. How or what is wrong? What am I going to do? Honestly, I didn't know what I was going to do. So on the 3rd bale of getting out, I went for a deep examination, just pulled it all back and looked at how each twine was going into each one, just to see what was I missing. So I had to be missing something. And I'll show you when I have to get out at some point. Hopefully I don't have to get out. But there's wee gears where the twine goes into, as on both ends I would imagine, but on the top twine that goes into the up twine, the top twine, where it goes into the first set of rollers and around. There's 2 gears that are on springs to hold together. That keeps the tension on the twine so it doesn't pull freely. And what happened was that twine had slipped out of the 2 gears and it wasn't keeping it tense. And when I spotted that, took a bit of rooting just to try and get it back in under the gears, and away we go. Well chuffed. Father Phil had rang me to see if it's not going to work, go off and leave it for Eric to bail. And I said, no, I think I had it fixed. We're tipping on pretty lively there, 7.3 kilometers an hour in 20-foot rows of decent straw. We're 26 flakes to a bale, so it'll eventually go where it is. 26 flakes, so that's each division, you could say, innit? Taking in nicely there now. So it is. Taking in nicely. So 17, 15, so yeah, 15% moisture there. So that's pretty good. So it's baling it, and it's baling it quite well. Like, we're having to put pressure on the chamber at 330 pressure, 700 pressure, knocker's gone again. Then we orange yolks on the baler. You're checking when the knocker goes, it should beep, knocker's gone. Then I check to see that the 4 of them, she doesn't like turning. I need to check to see that the 4 of them are bobbing up and down. And once they're bobbing up and down, then I know that all my twines are good. We get something done. So I clogged it again, so right down. I don't know why. Maybe it just needs a bit of time to brighten up a bit. Well, I didn't think it's that terribly heavy. There's Liv on her last run of straw. Nellie's there somewhere too. The dirt to the wind, there's not much time for cleaning. So she's just finished this field now. So she has to do the bottom field. The bottom field below here, and that's her next port of call. Father Phil reckons it'll bail. It's the dust off the woofler. Woo-wee! Crazy amount of dust. And it is now time for a good harvest salad. So,
you're welcome.
Thank you, Jess. So, we're well on through the field now, maybe about 2/3 of the way, and I'm on 51 bales. So definitely big crop of straw, very, very happy with it. And in great order, great order. Yeah, it's just a bit slow going because it's just, yeah, it's just a bit slow. But anyways, that's the crack. Have a bit of teat and we get this field finished up. How are you on, bro? Have you much left?
A bit.
A good bit?
No, just a bit.
Just a bit. Okay. You found a bit of hairy ham?
Yeah, a hairy ham.
Nelly will be happy with that bit of hairy ham. Oh, that's the grubette. And of course, I pulled right into them, so they're in my way, so it's a bit of a panic to move. Anyways, this can to keep me cool. Definitely feel the evening cooling down now, but I don't think there'll be a dew or much of a dew this evening because of how dry it's been and how dry and warm it's to be tomorrow. I'd say we could have a late dew, so we should be able to push on, get this all baled. Chug it, chug it. Choo choo. And away we go. All buttons, and buttons. About half an hour should finish baling what's here. Eric has about half an hour's baling, he reckons too. Then I think we'll both go into another field and we'll just put it to bed tonight. Okay, we're after breaking the stuffer's bolt. That did actually go. So much for getting off to a good start. Whether it is a stone that has broke the stuffer arm or what it is, let's open up and find out. So that's where I should have that. So the stuffer is what drives this and drives the packing arm. So it may just be that the bolt was wore, or it could be there's something stopping it. I don't think there is anything because there was nothing too wild or exciting there. I didn't think to cause any issues on the balers, because these are built in America to work on an imperial system. So instead of having like 10.8 or 10.2 or 8.8, you get these marks, and it's the marks is what you're going off. Tighten it up on it. Yep, that's it. So it broke after completing its turn, which is funny that it hadn't broke on the turn, it broke after pushing it up and going back for the reset. So we just wear and tear more so than an upgrade. So we keep going anyways. Try and beat the dew. Bro is just moving into the last field there now. I'm bailing away here, and everything is going fine. It's pushing on there for 9 o'clock, and there doesn't seem to be much of a dampness coming down. Moistures are staying good. Baler is still working. First thing that happens is the baler just says, ain't gonna bale. Moisture's right, we go all night. The field had 11 acres, we had 81 big squares off it, so it yielded very good. Probably the best I've seen it yield since we've been here on this farm. Just a super crop of straw, and I could keep going. If there was more like that, I could just keep going. There's not much of a dew or dampness there, but the other field which bro went into, bales were sticking in the chamber. It's just, this was cut a day before down there, and you can know it. So the straw, we should get that other field baled tomorrow. And yeah, then we'll go chase Father Phil where he is combining tomorrow. I'll probably be on grain drawn tomorrow. Most of the bales of straw we've sold is for rounds, not too many squares. So the squares I made there, we will stick them into the shed here tomorrow. I've a lad organised to come and do that, so I get him to stick them into the shed here tomorrow, stack them into it, and we'll be making all squares for ourselves because it's just so much handier. We reckon about 350 square bales will do us for the winter, and because we're not feeding whole crop this year to the cattle, we'll need, I reckon, an additional 150 bales of straw. So we're going to round bale the straw for feeding to the cattle and chop that. We'll get this back into the shed. I'm going to take it off and go pick up a load of grain. Because we brought up the grain train here with the 2 trailers, we can't bring the 2 trailers back in one tractor. So I brought the hook with me, so I'll drop this off in the shed here as we've no space in the sheds at home. I can pick it up here to go on to the next farm that we're at if needed. And yeah, all should be pretty good. So anyways, we'll back this into the shed, we'll take it off, we'll go pick up our load of grain, and we'll bring it home. We have our Red Rock trailer on, pretty full load. He might have gone another bit in it, but I think that was the rest of this field in it. Tomorrow is mowing and baling, and then back to this. Me and Nelly are going to be on home, aren't we, Nelly? And yeah, we'll pick it up again tomorrow at some stage. Whether I do it when I'm mowing or baling or what, I don't know. But we'll pick it up again in the morning. And we are back. It is the next day. It is 7 o'clock. So I have put in the whole day at mowing for baling for Monday and baling. So yeah, it was a pretty busy day now. Also a couple of bits for the tractor run we had to get sorted out in the middle of the day too, so that kind of slowed me down. But on that note, we are heading off. As you can see, my passenger beside me are rolling net because bro has run out of net. He didn't, well, yeah, he didn't throw one in when he left the yard, so there you go. I'll bring him with me. So I'm going up to the field now to start hauling trailers back to the yard and tipping grain. So bro is on the baler, he's baling away behind, not to say right behind the combine, but behind the combine. So I have to go to him first. On my way out to the trailers, my sister Jess, she is turning straw. She's woofling and moving the combine, and Father Phil is combining. So he has one 20-acre farm done today, and he's just moving into the next one. So he was cutting spring barley there today. It had 15% moisture, pretty much good as anything, and he's just moving into spring oats there now. I don't know whether he's going to cut. He might take the rounds off the first field tonight or this evening, and then clean run ahead tomorrow, get hay out of it, and then we'll be starting to move closer to home to Killashee and to Keena, the bits of crops that are there. I don't know, I think he's going to Keena first. I think Keena, the crops are riper, and then it'll be to Killashee to finish it up. So that'll be really it in Killashee, and then we have the beans to cut in after that. So we are motoring, we're making progress. Just baling, and that was been the slow side today. And all the jobs we bailed today, we are stacking them. So we're stacking them for customers. So I have young Troy at that. Start picking up some trailer loads of grain and deliver rolling it. Anyways. We're here with our diligent baling man. So you'll have to open the side of it, bro. Have you a 13? No, 13 will do the same job.
Shouldn't that open more?
It does. Watch. No, lay back. You have to put your hand in, pull that, and push that. Oh.
No, it's not fine.
Oh, can he remember? Doesn't have to remember. Did you push the button in the cab?
No.
We're going to push the button in the cab. Right, off you go. I'm going to pick up these trailers.
Don't put the tool in.
I'm not going to, I won't be able to lift it. Come on, I see that you get a bale mad. Or netted. More to the point. That's him sorted. We pick up a trailer, back to the yard, tip it, back up, bring it to where he is, back there, boom, boom, boom. The yard looks so much cleaner when you come in, now that that is cleaned. But, flip around camera, we can't just show you that yet, because we're not far enough on. We're coming down to our cattle sheds, where we use them as grain sheds every harvest. So on the, when we turn this way, the shed on the left is for dry grain, the shed on the right is for grain to be dried. Below 18% is in the left hand side. It'll be grand, we have towers in it to keep it cool if needed, and on the right hand side that's to be dried is above 18%. We haven't anything really dodgy in it, but what we have in it will need to be dried to make sure that it keeps and that we can sell it. But we have to hold it on air till we get up to do that, because the grain dries away drying for our customer in the mornings, which I think Father Phil has 2 more 18 ton left, or 16 ton, whatever 2 goes is left, is what's left to be done there, and then it'll be coming home. The usual thing would be to push up your load when you tip, but they need the trailer in the field, so the biggest problem with this shed, you can't tip fully in it. That's what's empty. And here we are in the field of oats, so it's 20 acres here. So there's a bit of this one gone down. I don't think any of the others have gone down. So there's 3 fields, this one Dorset house and a big one out the back. But for whatever reason, a couple of stripes here went down. So it's a little bit frustrating. A serious crop of oats here, serious crop. So yeah, we go on in, he must be in the back. We go drop off the trailer, and then we go bring the other 2 trailers back to the house, and we'll tip them tomorrow and shove up and all that tomorrow. This will keep him going for whatever. He might only have to know the combine. I don't know whether he's doing much more now. It's just kind of that time of the evening now. The dew, if it hasn't fallen, it's not far off. And so, anyways, we drop this trailer, we pick up another 2 trailers, and just 2 in them for one. We get done. And that is our pile of barley so far. So that's off. How many acres have we cut now? We've Brannans.
All Brannans and Hearts.
Hearts. That's 65.
Yeah,
yeah.
It'll be up to
65 acres of barley there. And that side. So as I said before, this is the dry side. That's the wet side. Well, it's not wet, but it's just high moisture. If trailer's tipped, I'll push that one up the next day when we get stuff. So we have our one cooling tower. You can't even see it because it's nearly buried. It's in the middle of it there at the back, so that the stuff at the back, in case we need to keep it cool, we can get it cool. We won't put another tower in this side, but the other side we'll keep putting towers in every day as we go out. But what me and Bro are going to do now is we're going to put in a grain spear into the back corner, because I was just checking it there, and it's gone a bit hot in the back corner. So we just have to keep this cool till we get the grain dryer back. So this is what we call a grain spear. So you stick it into the grain, and with the handles you screw it in with the auger, and you cover it right up as far as you can go. And what it does is that blows out here, and it sucks in air through this, and it'll suck air in through the barley, and it'll pull the heat and some of the moisture out. So it's how you keep the grain cool. You carry that, but I'll carry the camera.
Oh, we're
So you can see our tower there. So we need to put an extender on it. Now, but the other side, because it's dry, we'll stack it higher. This side we won't stack high. The higher you put it, the hotter it gets. And one of the ways you know when you're walking around grain whether it's hot or not is you'll feel it under your feet. You'll feel it go harder. So it's just along here is hot, so we'll just stick it in there and it'll help keep it cool, and then we'll just keep moving it around and we'll try and get that up and running.
I'm graining my shoes
Well, you are wearing shorts.
now. No, I didn't exactly expect to put me in a fucking shower.
Yeah, well, you were told you were coming in at grain.
No, I wasn't.
You are. A little bit further in. Now begins the workout. Teamwork makes the dream work. Look at this, huh? Look at this. That's how you put the spear in. This is where it gets tough now. Come on, Mr. Muscles. Heave, ho, heave, ho. So you always want to make sure your vent is out. Oh, hi.
Bye.
Lives here to join us. You always want the vent to face out of the shed, so you're blowing that moist air out. You know what, coming in. All good? Video all right? Oh, I wasn't going to. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'd laugh.
That's gone.
Aww.
It's a 19 spanner. I found in the back of the shed. Find an extension cord, plug this in. Yes, bro, my shoes are the same.
No, you're wearing trousers. The trousers felt that.
Not necessarily stick of celery. Right, anyways, that's the crack. So I get bro to plug that in and we'll have a look. It's not the hottest I've seen barley, I don't think, but we'll see. There might be some steam coming out of it. One other things that we have as well for checking the grain, especially the dry grain with the taller pile, is we have a spear, well, a temperature probe. So we can stick it right into the bottom and it gives us two readings, one from the end of the probe and one from halfway up the probe, so that we can read in a pile of grain what the temperature is and whether we need to turn on fans or move the spear. The spear, you use the fans to try and cool a bay, you use the spear to cool areas. So we'll just keep moving that fan around, just keep that right. I think Father Phil has two more grain dryer loads to do, so he's hoping to be done. He's hoping to be finished drying grain for the customer, I think tomorrow. So, all right, make sure this is plugged out. Anyways, I go drop this trailer on the blue trailer for bro. Huh? Go to the workshop and bring in the gator. We'll pick it up when bro gets that done. The triffet is in the field for cutting later. And we'll put on the blue trailer now and leave it ready for bro to go draw grain. That's the crack. So bro went barefoot up the pit.
I'm not getting me boots covered in
Barefoot.
grain again.
Barefoot. So I can hear it humming up here.
It's warm. I already checked.
They are coming out.
Yeah.
Grand. How hot?
Very toasty.
Grand, it'll do its job then. Woo! Could heat a house with that. You could, but it'd be a bit of a musty, not very good for you kind of a thing. But anyways, that's doing exactly what we want. So that's probably within a foot, 2 foot of the floor. So that should do a nice job, and it should cool an area of about 6 foot around. Roughly speaking, that should draw the air through it. It's just, it'll draw air in through the grain, in, out, bang. That cools it down. Like this pile here at the front, it's fine. There's no heat in that yet. The back corner there probably wants the tower moved into it next. But about 6 foot square, 6 foot round, that'll take out. Anyways, I think that's it for today's video, is it, bro? Good cousin, good cousin.
And you were saying I wasn't even going to show up this morning.
I wasn't expecting you to. I was just working away without you. I have that trailer on for you to go when Daddy gets back. The only issue we have now, bro, is Charlie has the wall put up, or the stuff put up to pour the next wall, so we're not going to be able to tip the oats in there.
We're not tipping today.
He said not tipping.
He said. Daddy
Grand.
said. So park George's trailer here if you have it.
Well, we don't have George's trailer.
Oh, this morning Daddy was on about getting George's big stylish trailer.
Well, you may have to go get that then, depending on how well he gets on. That'd take a lot of the stuff. We wouldn't be able to tip it in that shed though, that's the problem.
God, no, you'd have to tip it somewhere and then shove it.
Yeah, we'd have to tip it here and shovel it across the yard. So yeah, that is the joys of the grain shed being...
Not finished.
Well, not finished. How far do you think they're on, bro? What would you say percentage-wise?
40%.
40%?
Because like
I'd have said less.
they have the back walls in of the other grain shed as well. It's just 2 walls and a roof,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, and the floor.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it's less, probably 20%.
So yes, that is the current problem. But that is a video for another day. So we're going to leave it at that for today's video, aren't we, bro?
Yep.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every
Tuesday and Thursday and Sunday.
Hey.
All right.
That is it from us.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.